number of CEOs that we actually have by asking the schools to actually patrol outside their premises. And some people ask, why have we got to do this? The issue is that when parents go to schools, they seem to forget about the traffic rules and they park wherever they think is fit. Now, this is not just a Thurrock problem, it is a national problem. If you go in any council, they are having the same discussions. One of the things we could do is put more CEOs onto the street, but we just do not have the resource to do that. So we've tried to look at other ways of doing this. And we have spoken with the schools and we're getting quite a good response coming back from schools. Schools are really interested in exploring this opportunity. What it will actually mean is that they will nominate 1 or 2 people to act as CEOs. They will receive all the training and they will wear a uniform of sorts, so they're easily identified. Now, some people would say, why can't the schools just send somebody out there during the day to move the pupils, parents on? A lot of schools already do this. They have a teacher that goes out there at these particular times, which is normally at school start and school finish time, and they try and move the parents or try and get the parents to park correctly. We have had incidents where parents have actually driven at these people because they have no authority. So what we need to do is to actually make these people official CEOs so they can actually have all the powers of our normal civil enforcement officers. And this is what this report sets out. I'm happy to take any questions.
I suppose the main thing is, how do you train these people? You know, should we be rolling it out? So I just think it's one of those things that will gather a pace. As if you pilot in one place, it will roll out across the borough as people see that it's effective in their school and that their children are safe from it.
It's exactly the same training as our full-time CEOs receive. It will just be the uniform that we're looking at, whether they need to wear the full equipment that our CEOs wear whilst they're out on the street dealing with members of the public. That is something we're taking legal advice on, and we'll be talking to the schools as to what the particular person who takes that job on, what they feel comfortable wearing.
Where children have been knocked over outside schools. We simply do not have enough enforcement officers to be present at every one of the chunking it 50 schools that we have in the borough. Therefore, we do need to think differently. We've had initial discussions with schools, and these volunteers will be usually senior teachers at the school, somebody who already has some authority both over the children and over the parents that are whose behaviour is causing a problem. So they're not kind of unknown local volunteers that we're looking for. They will be people from the school, usually a senior teacher, but not always. You know, it could be somebody from the governing body, for instance. So somebody with an absolute association. Good idea, and I want to congratulate Councillor Smith for bringing it forward. This has been a problem outside schools, not only in Thurrock, but I think across the country for too long. And it'd be really interesting to see whether schools are actually willing and able to sort of pick this up and run with it. I know it's not something that's been tried anywhere else in the country, but I'm sure if it is successful, then other areas will be following suit very quickly. So, Phil, do you want to sum up?
Your child may be safely in your car, but there are other children walking around whilst you are moving your car. A car is a piece of 2 ton of metal. If that strikes a child, the potential for injury to that child is horrific. Please behave, or please drive correctly whilst you're outside schools and look after the other children that are at the schools. And with the end, I would like to move the